Hello everybody, welcome again to Grace's Moments. My name is Grace Alege and you are welcome to my channel. Today I have a very special somebody. I have my daddy here. We call him Grandpa Doctor or Daddy Doctor. I have Dr. Ukot here. Please introduce yourself.
Grace, finally. You succeeded in grabbing me.
Yes.
If I don't do it for you, who will I do it for? Hi, viewers. It's a pleasure to be available and to have you seated there watching us as we make this short and interesting presentation. Interesting in the sense that it is something of interest to you and to members of your family.
Exactly. So today we're talking about blood pressure. I brought this blood pressure. I took this blood pressure machine from his table and I said, Daddy, as old as I am, every time I go to the hospital and they check my blood pressure and they just tell me it is, for example, 120 over 90. I'm just giving that as an example. I'll just say, okay, so is it good or bad? I'll have to ask the nurse, is it good or bad? Because in all honesty, I don't know what the top numbers and the bottom numbers are supposed to be. So I said I would come and ask you, please explain. We'll start from what blood pressure is, and then you will explain everything that has to do with the BP monitoring machine. And please, no medical. That's one thing I like about him. He can explain things to a 5-year-old. Talk to me as if I'm a 5-year-old. Just explain everything about blood pressure. I'll ask questions in between. Explain the numbers and what we should do. So first of all, please, what is blood pressure and why do we need to check our blood pressure?
Blood pressure is the pressure with which blood flows through our bodies. So it is important because without blood pressure, we cannot function.
Okay.
I want you to imagine a situation where this depends on where you are watching this, because in some parts of the world, the pressure with which water flows through our taps is almost constant, it's predictable. But there are some places where the pressure of water is not constant. It depends on the pressure with which the water is sent to the part of the estate or the part of the city where you are. That's pipe-borne water. If the pressure is normal, you know how it will be.
Okay.
But then, if for any reason the pressure of water is not okay, it will take a long time for you to fill any container that you want to fill. And if the pressure is too much, then something could go wrong. The good part would be that you fill your bucket very fast or any other container, but it could also burst the pipe. So some people say, I have blood pressure. You hear people saying, I have blood pressure. And that blood pressure is not a good thing to have blood pressure.
But everybody should have blood pressure.
Everybody has blood pressure.
So it should be the difference will be whether it's high, whether it's low, or whether it's normal.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So blood pressure is a good thing. It's neither here nor there because it depends on what happens to the blood pressure.
Okay. All right. So now you've used like pipe-borne water. If the pressure coming from the water is too much, that pipe could burst.
Correct.
So are you saying that maybe when blood is flowing through our veins could burst? Or like, I'm trying to understand.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand.
You said I should not use medical terms, and you started by you talking about veins.
Everybody knows what veins.
Let me make it very simple.
Okay.
You have the heart is the engine room.
Okay.
Or where the engine of a vehicle, considered as the engine of a vehicle.
Okay.
So the heart continues to work until the heart stops. The heart normally stops at death. It is a continuous machine. Now, the heart is what pumps blood. It pumps blood through blood vessels.
Okay.
The vessels that come from the heart are the arteries, and they continue to reduce in size, and reduce in size till you have the tiniest blood vessels that are called the capillaries.
Okay.
That is onward side of blood coming out from the heart.
Okay.
Then you also have blood vessels that take blood back to the heart. So they start as the capillaries and continue as tiny veins that are called venules and become veins, and then the veins increase in size until they come back into the heart. So the main problem is that the high pressure vessels are the arteries. They are the ones that are supposed to withstand the pressure which blood is pumped from the heart to the rest of the body.
Okay.
The low pressure vessels are the veins. That's the ones that return blood to the heart.
Okay.
I believe you follow it up to that point.
Yes. Arteries take blood to the
Out.
heart.
No,
So
heart.
from the heart, then
Yes.
veins bring
Blood back from the body to the heart.
back to the heart. Okay. Okay. And then it's
Okay. So I decided to mention that because I know you may want to ask some other questions. Or should I go on and explain why I mentioned the blood going out from the heart and coming back to the heart?
Please go ahead.
That is what explains the two values. The one up and the one down.
Okay. So the one up here, the root SYS.
Yes, SYS refers to systolic. SYS.
Okay.
TOLIC, systolic. That's systolic blood pressure.
Okay.
It measures the amount of the pressure with which blood is leaving the heart. Remember that I said that the high pressure vessels are the arteries, and then the low pressure blood vessels are the ones that bring blood back to the heart. So the pressure of those ones coming back to the heart, they come like gentlemen or ladies.
Okay.
They come gently into the heart.
Okay.
So they come at a lower pressure.
Oh.
So that is now
okay.
The DIA is diastolic.
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 Okay.
So you have the systolic and diastolic. The diastolic is usually, in short, is always lower than the systolic.
So which one? So is the systolic one that tells us that you have high blood? Which of them?
Both of them.
Or is both of them you have to measure?
Yeah, you measure both of them. The blood pressure is actually measured as the systolic and the diastolic. You will see something like 120 over 70 or maybe like 180 over 100. Sometimes for people whose blood pressure is on the high side, the diastolic may be as high or even higher than the systolic.
Really?
Of the person whose blood pressure is normal.
So can you take that again?
I will give you an example. Some people who have high blood pressure may have blood pressure that is in the range of, say, 180 over 125.
Okay.
Meanwhile, some other person may have a blood pressure of 100 over 60. So 100 is up here for the person with the normal, and then 180 is the value for the person with a high blood pressure. 60 is the value for the person with the normal, and then 125 is the lower value, the diastolic, for the person with the high blood pressure. You will notice that the 125, that is the lower one for the person with high blood pressure, is higher than the 100.
Oh, yes. Yes, okay, now I understand what you're saying.
The person whose blood pressure is normal.
Okay. So what does that mean?
What it means is that for everybody, the systolic is higher than the diastolic.
Okay. So for somebody that has 180 over 125, that's terrible now. What's the normal range? When you say, maybe let me use for an adult.
Okay, let us use an adult, just as you just mentioned. These values continue to change, but to avoid confusion, since this is not a medical presentation,
It's not medical.
okay, we will take 90/60, between 90/60 and 140/90 as the normal range.
90/60.
Yes, sir.
140/90
as the normal range.
Okay.
That is the top one. The systolic should be between 90 and 140. And the one at the bottom, the lower one, should be between 60 and 90.
Okay. So as an adult, do we have the same range for both male and female? So can a male and female have the same?
That's on the safe side, so you will not put too many figures in your head. They just use that for this presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So 90/60, and then 140/90.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's fair. So that's normal. So anybody that has like 180 or 150, 160, we know that it's high.
It's high.
Okay.
And when it is below 90/60, you begin to watch out, because that means it is low.
What causes low blood pressure?
That is another presentation.
Hey, and I wanted this to be short too. So
low blood pressure. Okay, let me use one simple example. Since I started by saying that the pressure of water may be low, let me use that example.
Okay.
So, if for any reason the amount of water from the reservoir is not adequate,
okay,
then what is pumped during reticulation?
Please, what's reticulation?
Reticulation is distribution.
Okay.
During the distribution of water to a building, the pressure of water will be low.
So that means the person will not have enough blood in their system.
I'm using water now as an example.
I'm now switching
but then,
to blood.
You are going to blood now. If for any reason you don't have enough blood in the system,
oxygen would reduce?
No. If you don't have enough blood in the system is, remember I said the heart and the blood vessels that go out from the heart and the ones that return to the heart. Okay. If for any reason the blood in that system, which is called the cardiovascular system, the cardio is heart, vascular is blood vessel.
Okay.
So if we don't have enough blood, okay, in that system, the pressure will be low. The blood pressure will be low.
And what will happen to the person?
And the person, okay, let me give an example. An example will be if the person is bleeding.
Okay.
Like in an accident. But another example is when the bleeding is internal. The bleeding can be external or it could be internal. Internal could be maybe a woman who has a ruptured ectopic pregnancy. So there's blood in the body. There will not be any blood loss. The person may not know what is happening, but the person starts feeling like fainting. And the person may actually, maybe use the word collapse or faint. And when you now check the blood pressure will be lower than what it is supposed to be, sometimes significantly lower. I'm just simplifying it. There are many things that can, sometimes the blood in the system may actually be unchanged. But because of changes in the blood vessels, the blood vessels become wider, they now occupy more blood, and then the pressure is now reduced.
So
let me still use another example.
Okay.
If you have a certain amount of blood in a reservoir, and you now have to pump that amount of blood, that amount of water to about 20 buildings, and you now have to supply to about 100 buildings, the same. By the time you go, the further away the houses are from where the reservoir is, that's how the pressure corridors, the less that they will get. Okay. But I wouldn't want us to go into that. Let's just say that the pressure of blood, the blood pressure is less when the blood is not enough, or when the heart is not able to pump. Something goes wrong with the heart. the heart is not able to pump the way it's supposed to pump.
We rebuke it in Jesus' name. Anyway, so I think it's clear now. It's clearer than it used to be. At least one thing I'm grateful for is I now know the difference between the top numbers and the bottom numbers, and both of them merged to give you what your blood pressure rate
Correct.
is.
That is it.
So, one question: is it true that salt can cause blood pressure? Too much salt causes blood pressure, and you can die
That's a tricky question.
Okay.
Tricky in the sense that it is not right and it is not wrong. As a cause, taking salt does not cause an increase in blood pressure. For most people, we actually do not know the reason why the blood pressure is high. For most people, that is a blood pressure that is usually called essential hypertension, essential high blood pressure. Please don't mind the English word essential. It doesn't mean that the blood pressure is necessary, the high blood pressure is necessary. No, it means that we have not been able to find the reason in this particular person, and in most people it is like that.
So are you saying salt is not one of the reasons for high blood pressure?
But somebody who has high blood pressure should reduce the amount of salt, because in that case, the salt is going to worsen the high blood pressure.
In all honesty, medicine is difficult. I think I remember you usually say that there's something you say about
complex.
Yes, it's complex, and you cannot judge two people the same way.
Correct. I've been preaching that sermon.
Yes.
That no two people are exactly like one another.
Yes, and you can't give the same diagnosis. Oh, because you have headache, that means this other person had headache, it's the same thing. It's really complex. So I think the best thing is just for us to just make sure you have a very good doctor, go to a very good hospital, and also just get that knowledge for yourself, so that as much as possible prevent going to the hospital. It's tricky.
As much as possible, take yourself to hospital for a checkup before anything happens.
I'm guilty.
You know why? You know why I'm mentioning that?
Why?
Most people who have high blood pressure do not know that they have high blood pressure. Frequently, it is an incidental finding. It just happens. You just go to hospital and they check your blood pressure and say, your blood pressure is high. But then a single reading of blood pressure that is high, that is higher than the normal range, doesn't mean that the person has high blood pressure. But if somebody comes with that figure that I gave earlier on, 180 over 125, you will not let the person go. You want to keep the person to check. Okay, so that means just a single reading doesn't necessarily mean all of this. You have to check it regularly. Yes. Okay. There's something I noticed. Okay. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's a generational thing, but it was very interesting to me that somebody in his 20s, I thought high blood pressure was for old people. In all honesty, I never thought, for me, the first time anybody ever told me that I had high blood pressure was after the birth of my second child. I don't know where the blood pressure, I've never had to go to hospital for blood pressure or anything like that. For high blood pressure, sorry. Let me correct myself. You quickly corrected yourself.
For high blood pressure. And then in my office some years ago, one young guy just said, I went to the hospital and they are treating me for high blood pressure. And I'm like, you're just 20-something. Why will you have high blood pressure? So what makes it rampant these days for young people to be diagnosed with high blood pressure? What are we doing? Please tell us, what are we doing to ourselves? Are we stressing ourselves too much? Does stress cause high blood pressure? Stress
does not
primarily
cause high blood pressure. But stress can predispose you, an individual, to developing
high blood pressure.
Okay. Or for somebody who has a predisposition for having high blood pressure, stress is going to bring it up earlier than it would have occurred. But then there are certain conditions that result in high blood pressure And those are the ones that we call secondary. Secondary in the sense that it is as a result of this. It is secondary to that this person is having, or this blood pressure is secondary, is as a result of so and so. Some health conditions make people have high blood pressure at any age. It may even be in childhood.
A baby can have high
Yes,
blood pressure.
yes, some babies
Wow.
have high blood pressure. That is why we have pediatric blood pressure monitoring machines for babies.
I think that one was just for.
No, that's for something else.
Oh, okay.
But we have machines to check the blood pressure of infants.
Interesting.
Okay. They are born with some health conditions that are associated with high blood pressure. Maybe high blood pressure is a feature.
All right. So we can't say stress. So what? So we can't really place a reason, a definitive reason, or a particular reason for high blood pressure in young people, so that we can say, okay, young people stop doing this.
There may be. The most important thing is for everybody to be going to the hospital for a checkup.
But we don't like going to hospital. We don't like hospitals. But do you know what? There was a hospital. I followed my friend. She was sick in the UK. And that hospital, sorry, I'm digressing a bit, but you just reminded me.
You're free to digress.
You just reminded me. I followed my friend to this hospital. And that was the first time, or let me say the second time, because I know that your own clinic too, I never experienced that. That was the first time, apart from yours, where I entered the hospital and I was not smelling drugs, like medicine, all those things. The first smell that hits you when you go into that particular hospital is baked. I think it was strategic for them, very good marketing strategy. They had like a bakery or something, so that when people are waiting to go to consult with the doctor, you just have that bakery. So the whole place was just smelling really nice. And it'd be comfortable to stay there. Yeah. So in all honesty, we don't like going to hospital, but we need to change. Okay. So how regularly do we need to go to the hospital to check, to just make sure that everything is okay?
Once a year, till the doctor determines that you need to come more frequently or less frequently.
Okay.
To start with, once a year.
Okay.
Can use that as a rule of thumb. But then you may go for a checkup, and then that checkup does not pick something the first year. You go second year, doesn't pick anything. The third year picks something. You may now have to start coming for a little more frequently to the hospital to check. But the important thing is actually for people to have blood pressure monitors at home.
Yeah, something like this.
So you just check your blood pressure.
Okay. I never got it. It was when, after my second child, that I had to buy one. But after everything I was fine.
And I think it is important for me to mention, when you have the blood pressure monitor and you check, it's good to document it.
Okay.
And it is preferable to check the blood pressure at a pre-established time. Okay. So you check it usually in the mornings.
Oh.
Better in the mornings when you wake up.
Okay.
And you just check before you begin to do the activities of the day.
In the morning, before you do activities of the day. Yes. Okay. So if, for example, you move around and then you come back, it might not read correctly.
It may be different.
Okay.
It may be higher, it may be lower. But then if you have a particular time range for checking the blood pressure, then you can now say, okay, this is this. If there is a change, you will know. Because the activities of the day may make the thing change, but still stay within the normal range.
Okay.
Sometimes you even check the blood pressure 15 minutes after, it is a different result.
So at least that's one thing we're learning. So choose a particular time.
Yes, that's right.
Choose a particular time in the day, preferably in the morning, before you start going about your normal activities. Document it. Okay. But is it necessary to document it if the doctor has not said there's anything wrong with you? Or it's just something you just be doing every time? So for example, I know that I'm fine.
Even if you are fine, it's good to document, but you may not document it as frequently as the person who has high blood pressure and is high blood pressure, that is hypertension, that's the medical name hypertension, or high blood pressure. You may not be monitoring it as frequently as the person who is hypertensive. That is somebody who has high blood pressure.
All right. Are there certain foods?
When the person monitors, he will take it to the clinic and show the doctor. It gives a clearer picture of what has been happening to the person's blood pressure than that single time it will be checked during the vital signs check. Many times, what the nurse checks is adequate for the doctor to use, especially when it is normal. But when it is high, and the doctor does not see why it should be so, he may decide to check it up with what the monitoring results that you brought to the hospital, and then he will also use his own blood pressure machine to check.
Okay.
To do a cross check.
Okay.
But then we must remember that we should ensure that the battery in the monitor is not running down or dead. When the battery goes down, it may give unreliable results.
All right. So battery manufacturers.
No.
Battery manufacturers will have some money now. You need to make sure that the batteries do we have these portable machines that can work without battery?
Usually they have batteries.
They all have batteries. Okay. All right.
Most of them have batteries.
Okay. I have a question. One more question. I was trying to ask you a question, but I allowed you finish what you were saying about the kind of food. Are there specific foods that would help you, maybe if you have high blood pressure, to reduce the high blood pressure, or if you have low blood pressure, to increase the blood pressure? Is there any food or drink that you need to take? Or no? If
you have low blood pressure, you need to go to the hospital. It will not be food. But if it is high blood pressure, you need to reduce salt intake. This is the basic, not everything.
Okay.
The basic, and you reduce salt intake.
Okay.
And then you take fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Very regularly in the appropriate portions.
Okay.
And do that in addition to your normal meals.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, we've learned a lot today. At least I've learned the one about going to the hospital to do a check at least once in a year. When you say the check, it's not just blood pressure, like your food.
Yeah, full check. Because there may be other things. Somebody can have a normal blood pressure and have some issue. Okay.
So I've learned that one. That's for myself. Maybe you can tell us maybe drop a comment, let us know what you've learned today. I now know that salt is not a cause of blood pressure, but high blood pressure. But if you have high blood pressure, you need to reduce your intake of salt.
Yes.
There are certain, if you have high blood pressure, you need to reduce your salt intake, take more fruits and vegetables.
Yes, and nuts.
And nuts.
Yes.
Oh, okay. If you have low blood pressure, please go to the hospital. Yeah.
Sometimes it's the low blood pressure that will take you to the hospital. You may not need to take it to the hospital.
Okay. So we now know the meaning of the numbers. The numbers on this blood pressure monitor. Yeah, and then I know that are there certain, maybe we'll do that in another video, because I know that they are having to do the blood pressure yourself. There might be some mistakes some people are making.
Yes, we'll discuss that.
So we can discuss that later. So thank you for listening to us. Thank you for finally having the time basically to join me.
I will not forget to mention that exercise is very important.
God, I'm guilty. I'm not consistent like you. I'm guilty. Oh God, help me. Okay? Exercise is very important. Yes. So if somebody has low blood pressure, or is it high blood pressure now? Which one do you need to do?
Exercise is good for everything.
Okay. So please do your exercise. The remaining part of 2026, I'm going to be very faithful. I need to. It's not just to lose weight, right? It's to keep your entire body
correct,
up and going. We want to live long. So let's do our part. Do your exercise, eat right, reduce what you don't need to eat, and then just do your regular checkups. And I think all of us would do well. So thank you very much for coming. And I will also link his new YouTube channel so that you could also go there to get more health tips. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. And don't forget that high blood pressure or hypertension has that unfortunate name, unsavory name, the silent killer.
Silent killer. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.